I have a confession to make. This video is incredibly hard for me to do because perfectionism is kicking in. I can feel how my body is getting more tense. My mind is seeking those moments when I mess up and using it as a reason to start all over again. And that's what I want to talk about today. Perfectionism and how it can be a symptom from lingering past trauma from this life or past lives, and how you can start overcoming it. I'm Dr. Katja Rusanen, a spiritual counselor and author of best-selling book called Your Spiritual Curriculum: 5 Steps to Make Peace with Your Past and Transform Your Future. Perfectionism had a heyday when I was writing. First of all, I was procrastinating writing this book. So that was one way how perfectionism can influence us. We are pushing things back because I didn't believe that I was good enough writer to bring forward the message I felt in my heart that is there for me to express. I was doubting myself. And when I finally started writing, there was those moments of doubts in the middle of the night when I was stopping and asking, who wants to read this book? Who am I to write this book? And then there was one moment when I experienced a presence of great Archangel Metatron. And it reminded me that there is spiritual assistance available for us. And that message was loud and clear, that Metatron was overseeing this work. And I just needed to keep trusting and typing. And so I did. And I see how perfectionism can hold us back from sharing our message. It can lead us to hide our light, because who are we to shine? But there is a purpose for you, and your message as well is important, and it needs to come true. You have your own way to express, so let's now dive deeper in how perfectionism can hold us back. Perfectionism might come also as a need to be in control. You need to know each and every detail before you can even take the first step. You might be paralyzed by the fear that comes from not being perfect. And it might be now a time to ask yourself, if that's happening, what is that fear about? What are you afraid that will happen if things are not perfect? Because that might already bring forward some fears, whether they are from this life, past lives, that can be then addressed and healed. But first thing is to start to see what's really behind the perfectionism that you experience in your life. And often digging deeper brings you the answers that you seek. And if you have support while you are doing it, it's often easier. Because when we have somebody holding their lantern for us, it's easier to see. So let me now read a little bit from my book, because this is one of the things I am addressing in the chapter 2, and that is called Shadows of the Past. So here I talk about the control paradox, and I'm writing, in the aftermath of adversity, there's often a compelling need to exert control over our environment. This is usually an unconscious attempt to shield oneself from further pain, disappointment, or unpredictability, creating a sense of safety in a world that may feel chaotic or hostile. While a certain degree of control is essential for stability and emotional well-being, an excessive need for it can be counterproductive. It often manifests as rigidity, stifling creativity, spontaneity, and enjoyment of life's unplanned pleasures. This overwhelming desire for control can also keep you trapped in your comfort zone, making the exploration of new possibilities seem daunting. It can lead to paralyzing perfectionism, where the need to plan every detail and foresee every outcome inhibits taking even small steps forward. Does anything of this sound familiar? Have you ever felt that there is something holding you back? So check in if it is this control paradox. So let me now read a little bit more from my book to give you ideas how you can start overcoming this control paradox if it is something you are experiencing. Begin by identifying areas in your life where your need for control is most pronounced. In relationship, work, or daily routines. Reflect what drives this. Is it the uncertainty of the unknown, a previous loss, or perhaps a deep-seated belief that everything must be perfect, as failing to achieve perfection could result in something bad happening? Mindfulness techniques can be particularly effective in recognizing moments when you are exerting excessive control. Practicing mindfulness helps to pause and reassess your actions, distinguish between what is genuinely needed and what is reaction to underlying fears. As you gradually loosen your grip, allowing more spontaneity and creativity into your life, you thereby enrich it and open new avenues for development and fulfillment. Recognize that while you can strive for excellence and influence outcomes, ultimately, control is an illusion. We can acknowledge that we are not fully in control and focus on what we truly can manage: our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. This acceptance doesn't mean relinquishing all control, but rather prioritizing where it's most constructive and learning to flow with life's uncertainties. Sometimes the most rewarding experience come from the unexpected, teaching us that flexibility can lead to uplifting personal discoveries and joys. I believe that it's possible to overcome perfectionism. Even this video is a proof of that. And I do hope that me sharing my own struggles and vulnerable moments give you the spark of hope, spark of inspiration that it's possible for you too. So please do share your biggest takeaway on the comments below, and check out also my book, Your Spiritual Curriculum, from this pinned comment below. Thank you for tuning in.